Welcome to Dose of DeAnn, where you'll get a little shot of what my life is like living with SMA. Today I'm going to be talking about my cough assist machine, and I'm actually going to show you how I use it. If you've never used one before, it might seem a little scary at first. And remember, the first time I used one was when I was in the hospital, and frankly, it looked kind of like a torture device to me. But really, once I used it, it wasn't that bad. What it's used for is to help clear out your airway. And if you have a wimpy cough like me, this can come in really handy. I know when I get a cough, a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I could cough for you." And frankly, so do I. But this machine is about as close as you can get to that. What it does is at a certain pressure, it pushes air into your lungs and then quickly pulls it back out, kind of like a cough. And what I recommend is working with your pulmonologist or doctor to find the right settings for you. It took me a really long time to find the right settings, but now I have them where they're at, and I think it really is helpful. I do the cough assist on a daily basis just to kind of open up my lungs and get any gunk out that's sitting in there. And I use it several times a day when I'm sick. And I credit it for keeping me out of the clinic with this last cold that I had. So without further ado, here's how I use my cough assist machine. So this is my cough assist machine. It's a Philips Respironics T70 is the model. I'm checking on an update for it, software update. I think my version is 1.06. I think they have a 1.09 out. So we'll see about that. But in a second here, I'll get it going for you. Here are the settings for my machine. Like I said before, talk to your pulmonologist to see what settings are right for you. I have mine on auto, so it does a breath in, a breath out, and a pause. And you can set the times to whatever you're comfortable with as well. Okay. I wait for a pause. And we'll go again after the break. See, that wasn't so scary, was it? There's a few things you'll notice when I use my cough assist machine. I used a mouthpiece instead of a mask. Masks are probably the most common. However, I found that I can't use it myself with a mask. I have to have one of my PCAs press it firmly against my face and put their hand behind my head so it doesn't fall back. And I find that really uncomfortable, and I like having more control over using it. So I use a mouthpiece, and just you can try whichever out, see what works best for you. And then I also recommend maybe getting a suction machine when you get your cough assist if you don't have one already. What that does, it's kind of like at the dentist's office, you know, that little stick thing that sucks up your spit. That's what a suction does, and when you use the cough assist and expel your junk, it's easy to use that to kind of suck up that junk. You'll notice I was using a paper towel. When I am sick and have a lot of gunk, I use a disposable cup. That works fine as well if you don't have a suction, but I would probably get them at the same time if I was to do it over again. And again, just work with your doctor on your settings to make sure they're appropriate for you. And what else? Oh yeah, there's a new oscillation feature on the newer models of this machine. I have a call into my DME, Durable Medical Equipment Supplier, to see if I can get my machine upgraded. And what that does is when it pushes the air into you, it kind of pulses. And that's supposed to break up the junk, help break up the junk in you when you cough. I've used a similar feature on a nebulizer when I was in the hospital. And that really helps, so I can see where it would be useful on the cough assist machine. I'm crossing my fingers that I can get that update on my machine. And I'll let you know if I do how it works out. So that's all the information I have for you today. Please, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below, either on the YouTube channel or on the forums. Subscribe to our forums. We have a lot of great information and topics that we talk about. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have another great contributor with lots of good information, and we'd love for you to subscribe and not miss out. So have a good day, everyone, and we'll talk to you again. Bye for now.